today in el Latino Rudio, mira, unfortunate news from Santo Domingo, from the Dominican Republic. We are so sorry about what happened. So let's stick around so we could talk about it. Hi, I'm so excited. Bye. Come on back.
Por amor se han creado los hombres en la faz de la tierra. Por amor.
Welcome everybody to El Latino Ruido. This is your girl Evie, and this is
Yo, boy, Bronx Papito.
Hi, welcome everybody. Johnny can be here with us today. He's somewhere in Yonkers. Él está perdido. I don't know. He's hanging out with the deers.
He's trying to get his license.
Yeah, so hopefully they called him because you know how DMV is. It's like they take like an hour to call you. So hopefully they'll call him and he gets to fix his ID and stuff like that. So we miss you, Johnny. So
Johnny,
see you
that's
next
what
week.
happens when you go late.
I know. Oye, pero es que
3-hour tour.
I know.
3-hour tour.
You have to be there at 8 a.m. I'm telling you, DMV is like, it's crazy. It's crazy. So how are you guys doing?
Yes,
I hope
how
you're
you guys
doing
doing?
great. How are you, Papito?
Good, Evie. How you been?
I've been okay. How was your weekend?
Excellent. It was marvelous.
Oh.
Had an awesome time this weekend.
Oh, okay. Do tell. Tell.
Well, before I tell, let's take a moment of silence for our boy Ruby Perez.
Yes. And there was a couple of major leaguers from the Mets that passed away this past weekend in Dominican Republic. So let's just take a moment of silence for the people that passed away, okay? And we're back. So blessings and our condolences to them and their family. And it's an unfortunate thing that happened this past weekend. You know, it was in Dominican Republic. Ruby Perez, a well-known merenguero from back in the days.
Listen, if you don't know Ruby,
sad.
He was always in your household.
Yeah.
Every day.
Cuando tú estabas limpiando, when you clean on
Saturday mornings,
you put Ruby Perez.
You know, definitely. You hear him all the time, man. Yeah. A legend was going to be missed.
Exactly.
Not only him was lost. You had to.
It was a local governor. Also, this guy Octavio Dotel. He used to play for the Mets back in 1999. Mm-hmm. I think a guy named Blanco. Tony Blanco. My apologies.
He's another baseball player.
So, and among other people, there was a sister of somebody else, a ball player.
Yeah, the local governor of Dominican Republic is Nelsie Cruz, and she was the sister of a pitcher of Seattle Mariners. And our hearts go out to them.
It's unfortunate. You know? So, for those who don't know, in the early hours of Tuesday, April 8th, there was supposed to be another celebration. But guess what? Unfortunately, the iconic Jet Set nightclub in Santo Domingo turned into a tragedy that has shocked the Dominican Republic and worldwide, even us, a lot of Dominicans that live in New York and in the States, during a live performance by renowned merengue singer Ruby Perez, like we mentioned.
Ruby Perez, yes.
And it's unfortunate. I'm sure that you guys seen the videos online.
Oh my God, man.
Porque mira, eso fue. I couldn't believe it.
Listen,
I couldn't believe it.
It was upsetting watching some of those videos because most of the people was pointing at the tragedy that was happening as the concert was going. They were like, mira, and you know.
Mira, ¿qué es eso?
The roof, you know.
And then the merengueros are like this. Oh, que mira que, the roof is on fire.
But listen, if you saw it, you should have ran.
Yo no puedo.
Yo, I don't understand. Why would you stay there, yo?
I think, you
didn't even cover. Everybody's standing there like, you know, like, eyewitness news. Look, I'm covering it. Yeah.
But I think that, you know, self-conscious, you know, a lot of people the audience, they could be tricking. They could be, let me tell you, they're funny. And when you start drinking and you're in a nightclub, you could say really, hi, Edie's, welcome, Edie's.
Hi, Edie's, welcome in.
You could be, you know, like, saying silly things, and I don't know if they thought that it was just a joke, and they
thought it
figured,
was a
well,
joke,
hey, listen, let's take the opportunity.
Yo, you know what?
It's crazy.
At the moment,
Unbelievable.
like, you know what? If it was me, I would have sobered up real quick and known that it was going to be some type of
I would
tragedy.
have been out. And
You know what
us
I'm saying?
Latinos,
Oh
you know,
my
when there's
God.
trouble, we're the first ones out.
We were supposed to be
run.
out. There was some people who actually like heard it and saw things, and they already ran out
Yes.
before it happened. And the
It's
other people stood there
crazy.
recording. Why would you stay there, Vita? Yo, like,
It's sad. And the
Yeah,
thing
bro.
is that there was 300 people in the nightclub.
Oh my
300
God.
people.
yo, listen, that place looked like some type of war compound. You know, it had 3 sides and only one entrance to go in and one entrance to come out.
And it's
you know-
unfortunate. This is a country that it's not.
It was like a
you
couple
know,
of
it's
shacks
like,
built together.
right. It's not like developed the way let's say the United States is, and who knows
We always have
how
to-
small the place could have was, because
my
I've been
God.
to Santo Domingo. Déjame decirte.
And mind you,
And-
Ruby's daughter was there, and
Oh my God.
she's one of his backup singers and backup dancers. And the thing is,
Oh my God. Hi,
She-
Gigi.
the thing is, see, they were sweeping the
Doing
sands
cover.
falling from the city. Yeah,
Look at that.
you know, and they were sweeping the sands. And like I said, his daughter was in the background, and what happened was her husband was there as well, so he covered her, and he saved her. You know what I'm
Wow,
saying?
that is
it.
crazy.
But the one thing you gotta respect about Ruby, he was buried and he was still singing under the.
Pero espérate, wait. He was still buried under the
He
and
was still buried
singing?
under the.
No way.
Yes, he was buried under the rubble, and he was
That's-
still singing for 2 reasons, and I'm
That's
gonna
so
tell you the 2 reasons.
Why?
Just to keep the fans' hope up high, you know, because he knew something was wrong, and second
Oh my
of all,
God.
for them to find him.
That is
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
That is
just
crazy.
so they could find him. You know, and he kept on singing through it, and his daughter heard
oh
him
my
singing.
God.
And when the paramedics came to save
Yes.
him, they found him, and then he passed away.
Oh my God. It's unfortunate. It's so sad just to hear that, because
A legend.
you know it's a legend in Latino's household. I
Man,
mean,
yo.
and then for him to pass away like that, and then his daughter to be there.
We
you know?
have another star
Hi,
in the sky. Hey, Jimmy. We definitely have
Tino
another star in the
Steve.
sky right now. So, you know,
Yeah.
much blessings to him.
Yeah, and
You know?
and our condolences to the family and everyone there. I mean, this is shocking. This is scary.
It's
This is
unbelievable.
something that I hope the government could take a look at and see all these nightclubs to start enforcing, you know, rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations are
Because to have a nightclub, to have over 300 people in a
But you
small
gotta
night,
think about
that's
you gotta
dangerous.
think about that, Evie. We've been to many nightclubs around
That's
here.
dangerous.
And there's always a capacity around here in
Of
New York.
course,
And there's
definitely.
also
Yes.
the building permits, and everybody knows that the
Yeah.
building is up to par.
Yeah.
Nobody knew how this place was. It looked like
No
a bunch
one.
of shacks. So imagine they went and set it up, this place, and he's
know if
gonna
they had
be
any
here,
exit
get your tickets
sign,
and
any-
everything. And the place probably wasn't even safe. You know,
Wasn't, so-
whoever was the building inspector for that,
Bueno,
sue
bueno.
him, Dominican Republic, and
Bueno, pero
and family
you know,
of
I hope that
Perez.
you know this unfortunate situation can turn into a positive, and going forward, the government start looking into, you know, regulations, rules, and
Yeah.
things. You know, that's really
especially
it's
in the
sad,
Dominican
it's sad.
Republic, because you know.
It's like you know,
Yeah,
everybody
Perez
goes there
wanted to-
on vacation,
Yeah,
and everybody wants
goes
to have
over
a
for
good time.
vacation, and they go to certain parts
Look
where
at that! Look,
it's nicely
they don't
structured.
even check buildings over there when they need to after 5 years. Look at that.
Well,
Look,
see,
Charles.
but that's crazy. There should be some type of regulation.
Yeah,
building
that could have been
code.
us on vacation. That could have been
Yeah.
your
It could have been any
your
of
neighbor.
us.
So you know, our
You know,
condolences.
yeah. You know, they could have
That's
been
so
any
sad,
of us. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And you and me, we go to a lot of club places and a lot of, but they well maintained, and you could tell
Yeah,
that
and they have
the
a-
security's
right,
up to
exactly.
par, and we meet a lot of people. Even like this weekend.
I know this weekend
Oh my God, we had a
great, under the circumstances, we had an interesting and very productive weekend. I must say, I had a good time.
Yeah,
I had a good time.
Excellent.
So we got invited to go to this lounge. They just opened, Vitality in Long Island. We were in Long Island, baby.
Yeah, we was in Long Island.
We were in Long Island.
You know,
so we got invited by our good friend Sammy Zone. Shout out to Sammy.
Shout out to Sammy Zone.
And also, Bad Boy Richie Rich was the DJ in the house.
Yes, that was awesome.
And we had it was a
they had Kim Cozy, Long Island resident. She was awesome. She had great vocals. And then we met
Sara Batello. We were hanging with Sara Batello.
Oh,
we
man,
took pictures.
So we had took pictures.
Man, I felt like I was in The Godfathers.
Yes, man.
I felt like I was, I don't know, like.
We were made.
Remember that movie? Woke up in the morning. You know that show in HBO? That's how I felt. Oh, wait, Charles says the issue is many of all the inspectors are in people's pockets.
And that's probably what it was. And that's probably what it was. They was like, you know what? You're going to make more money on this concert. And you know what? Just give me some money and A+.
And we make sure that nothing happens here.
Yep.
But everybody gets greedy and
everybody's always trying to get away with something. And, you know, it's sad because now a lot of lives got stolen, and even Ruby Perez just for that.
I know. So, so sorry. And I feel kind of bad because, we over the weekend, we having a good time.
Yeah.
We having a little drink. H2O in the rocks. And, we were dancing. We were a vibe. And I'm going to tell you something.
What?
Mira, I kind of feel kind of weird. Like I told you, I felt like I was in The Godfather or that show from HBO. What was the name of that
Sopranos.
show? The Sopranos. I felt I was part of The Sopranos.
Yo, for real.
Like I was like, Belinda, crazy Belinda.
Listen, all I know, they was like, hey, Mikey.
That was my.
Hey, Mikey, two times.
Crazy Belinda.
They was like, hey, Mikey, 2 times. You know what I'm saying? But that was great. Because, listen, we was meeting people and they was giving us double kisses. Yeah. And, it was awesome. We went out there and we had a great time. They were like, hey. Forget about it.
Come here. Come here,
You're part of the family.
You're part of the family,
Go over there, manja.
By the way, if I go like this, I'm not crying. It's just my attitude.
Yeah. They was like manja. We was eating.
Listen, spaghetti. Oh my God. You want pizza, you want meatballs.
But listen, I just want to say thank
baby.
you to Sammy and the owner of Vitality. They shows great hospitality.
Yeah, they definitely did the whole staff.
We had VIP seats waiting for us.
Bad Boy Richie Rich, thank you so much for the support. He was so.
Bad Boy Richie Rich.
So
awesome
he's
DJ.
great DJ. They all have social media. Just do what you gotta do, follow and show some love. Tell them that the Latino Rudio sent you. Vite. Yes.
What's happening in Dominican Republic?
¿Qué pasó? Espérate. ¿Qué pasó en Dominican Republic?
Well,
Ay, Dios mío.
The Dominican Republic is actually in PR. Dominicans are getting kicked out of PR.
Mira, ¿tú puedes creer eso? Le están dando... Mira, let me tell you, and that's another sad thing that is happening with all this thing, and I put it in the chat, in the page, in the Latino Rudio. I think we're going through a recession, and yes. All of us are going through, and different countries are going through different things.
It's a worldwide recession.
Yes.
It's not just us, it's worldwide. Everybody's feeling the effect of these tariffs.
Exactly.
The weather, natural causes. Everybody's feeling the effect. We all feeling it, especially with those migrants happening. Everything is getting affected.
It's happening everywhere.
It's like what you call that? A chain reaction.
Yeah.
One thing after another. You have the fire in Cali. You have the fire over here. Oh my God.
It's crazy. And like you mentioned, not only is it happening with Mexicans. Look, Dominicans in Puerto Rico.
Well, the Mexicans was they was getting deported, and some people's getting deported, say for being illegal in the States.
Yeah.
But like I said, in PR, they kicking out the Dominicans.
They are.
You know what I'm saying?
They are.
For hiding there because whatever's happening in DR. But listen, that's up to you guys, porque y'all be doing bad things to these Haitians, And it's coming back to you.
Ay, ay,
What goes
espérate.
around comes around. What
Look.
goes around comes
Oh my
around.
God, Bronx Papito,
That's
it's Bronx
what
Papito.
people say.
He's letting it have it. Pero mira, no, it's happening everywhere. So
Yeah,
you
we're
guys,
feeling it.
work, just fix your papers, work on getting your papers straightened out, and because we want you want you guys to stay here with us. No, we don't.
No, listen, on the reels, like I said,
Oh my God! Thank you, studio audience, to
Listen,
the studio audience.
like
Hey.
I said, the way the governor is treating the
Right.
Asians,
I know that is another
the
thing.
Asians in DR and try to kick
And
them
the
out
Asian-
and raise them for
And
hiring
the
Asians.
remember that
raising the
story that you
Haitians.
told us?
Yeah,
About the governor trying to kick them out from their
So
business?
look, they try to hire in PR. Now PR's like, no, aquí, vete para allá. Por
Mira.
eso. You know what I'm saying? They've been throwing chacletas at them. Yo, vete para allá.
Pero mira, at the end of the day, I do think, I don't think Puerto Rico is going to be affected, but I do think sometimes that, who knows, even though we're protected by the Jones Act, pero who knows? With all the changes and all these things that are happening all over the world, especially, with all the changes with the tariffs and all that stuff.
Everything's happening
Mira,
all at once, man.
las cosas están
and everybody's gonna
caras.
feel it, yo. Everybody's feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the problem with Russia and the Ukraine. You have China. You have Canada. We all go
wow.
through. It's not just us. The whole wide world.
So just so
is
you
feeling
know,
it.
we
all
know
feeling it. You know
our
what I'm saying?
countries. Yes, we do.
That's definitely, man.
Pero mira, fix your papers contra. Oye,
Sí.
Dios mío. Pero mira, in other news, tú sabes que Paul Rodriguez's best friend died at his home from a fentanyl overdose. ¿Qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es lo que, guys, what is going on? Mira, I know that we're
Fentanyl.
going through
Wow.
a lot. I know we're going through a lot of mental health and a lot of changes. But mira, going through one of the most difficult stages of his life, Paul Rodriguez's best friend passed away
Wow.
in his home.
Wow,
And
man.
and he's found himself involved in a problem with he got some charges against him because they found him with substance
In his
on
house,
him,
of course.
So he's working on that, but this is like something extra on top of that.
Yeah, well,
so
it's kind of
so he's
unfortunate for Paul
currently
Rodriguez.
facing
Because,
charges.
imagine if he did take his hit.
Pero, tú
listen,
sabes lo que es fentanyl.
We don't know
Fentanyl.
if,
Eso
we
es
don't know
duro,
if Paul Rodriguez is doing
Mira.
a little, but
Yo no puedo.
God, God saved him. He's alive, yo. So we better
Mira.
see a special on you, Paul Rodriguez.
Mira, yo no sé, pero and fentanyl is no joke.
It's no joke, man. Guys,
Come
yo,
on.
listen, it's not like back in the days, man. You could get a nice bente, real good bente somewhere.
Mira,
Right now, it's
ay
mixed
Dios
in.
mío.
It's mixed in.
Mira,
I'm just saying, yo. I'm just
un
saying,
vente.
yo.
Do they still have ventes?
This is Nueva York, yo.
Real depression and drugs do not make. Exactly.
Yes, it
Yes,
don't.
Charles.
Yo, we live in a different time, yo.
It's great.
The-
Ay,
you
ay,
know,
ay.
Like the drugs back then is not the drugs now.
Yes,
It's extra.
not.
It got extra chemicals to it, extra this, and then people's lacing it with fentanyl just to get a fast
Mira,
buck.
yo no sé lo que está
While
pasando.
they getting a fast buck, you getting a long life in the dirt.
Mira, look what's, and
Long
then
life in the
everybody's
dirt.
having problems. Everybody's having problems.
We all feeling it, man.
Mira, hasta Katy Perry. You know Katy Perry. She was married, from the whatever she sings.
I know Katy Perry. She's ugly.
Pero mira, her ex-husband is being accused of rape. Mira,
Wow.
of rape. Something that he was dating somebody back in the. Hi, Denise.
Hi, Denise. What's up?
Welcome. And he's being a rape. ¿Tú puedes creer eso? And then I noticed también que they accuse him of oral rape. ¿Qué es eso?
Oral rape. You know that means. I'm gonna tell you what that means.
What is that?
That means she was nomiendo. She was nomiendo, and then he went.
Oh my God! And that's not oral rape. What is oral rape? I'm like, Charles.
Is this the Mike Tyson thing again?
No, it gotta be one of those things, Charlie.
Because Mike Tyson was convicted. Not convicted. He was
Convicted?
Accused
of raping her for 25 minutes, only giving her head.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like she was not telling her to
You
stop.
gotta be kidding
25
me.
minutes.
You gotta be
She
kidding
was
me.
giving him head for 25
No,
minutes.
he was giving her.
Oh my God.
So after her
Ladies,
climax, that's what she said.
ladies.
Rape. So now we got
That's
another one that
crazy.
had oral rape.
Oral rape.
Wasn't there a comedian? What's his name?
Who
a
was that?
comedian got
What
charged?
comedian?
A comedian was accused for, because this is what it is. He consented with them, right? he went to them and said, "Hey, listen,
Ay, Dios mío.
you know, do you mind if I just play with myself and you just watch?"
Oh my God.
Right?
Oh my God. I just said head action.
Oh, head action, yo. So the
Let's
comedian,
give it up for
the comedian,
Yeah, let me say.
what's his name?
But
C.K. Lewis.
CK
Lewis.
Silo? Is it something like that?
She claimed rape because, yeah.
Oh
'cause
my God.
He played with himself, and then after he done the deed, she went and complained. But she agreed when they went to court. Right?
Right. What happened in court?
They asked
happened?
her, "Did he touch you? Did this happen? Did that happen?"
And what she said?
She said, "No, nothing like that happened.
Yo no
I
puedo creer
agreed to
esto.
him doing his deed in front of me.
Mira.
And that's it." And
Por
that's
eso
what
que
he
yo- I
did.
don't
But he
understand.
asked permission. He asked for consent.
I never, I'm not, it's just that it was kind of mind-boggling. It was mind-boggling because it's like, I couldn't understand, like, what do you mean oral rape? Like, do you like it? Because you could have said, that's something that is not, mandatory, but I bet you enjoyed it.
He gave a head action. He was.
Oh my God. All right, we don't need a demonstration.
And then she said, rape.
No, that is serious.
Don't stop.
So wait, Charles says, so this is my question. Charles says, should these female yelling false rape should go to jail?
Yes.
Yes.
I think they should. They're
Hi,
taking up
Shirley.
time. Hi, Shirley.
What do you guys think? Let us know down below. Let us know down below. What you guys
They're
think?
taking court dates. They're taking up time, paperwork, police.
And that's not fair.
Police off the
Time
streets to come
of
and,
real rapes of what's
you know what I'm
happening
saying?
out
Of real
there.
rapes that's happening in the streets.
Yes,
You over
yes.
here playing force. They doing a Monica Lewinsky.
Yes, it's so true. This is something serious and something like this, and I'm not making fun of it. We're not. It's just that it's mind-boggling.
It is
that is just something like this could be. Should they? Yeah. So should they get in trouble?
these
Should they go to jail? Yes, they
I
should.
think
They
this-
should get charged.
But guess what? That's what happened with Johnny Depp's wife. Right?